All right, so this is what the balcony is looking like today on the 13th January. I cleaned up this area here because I'm trying to make this so we can actually use this. Yeah, and it was too many plants in the way, so I'm like, that's not helpful. But I got my rescue orchids there. Got my geranium that I had cut this baby back, and look at her. She's just like, I'm gonna keep growing, and I'm like, yes, please do your thing. But also, I think you need a bigger pot, my love. So I think this is one I was gonna try to sell. I don't know. She's like so beautiful. They all get so pretty and big and beautiful, and then I'm like, oh, now you need to be upgraded, and I don't know. Anyways, I got a bunch of pothos here. Some that were from my original gift from a plant group, I think, and then another, or possibly the Buy Nothing group, I don't know, one of those. And then some of those ones over there were from my guy's friend who, when she moved out. This orchid here was beautiful, but it looks like that flower is almost done. It had two, and those were like new ones. Is that a chia seed growing up? I think that might be a chia, because I had put some in one of these. Oh, I think I shifted it down. Alexa, reset timer. Anyways, we have this pothos, which was looking brilliant, and now I think, I don't know, it's getting too much sun and rain and whatnot, but I wanted something to drape over the balcony to dress it up and make it look pretty. I had my first rooted hydrangea cutting in here, and it has since disappeared, so I'm very sad about that, because I was very much looking forward to expanding my hydrangeas, and I don't see it down there, so it might have just gone to like Never Land, or find it some future day land. Alexa, reset timer. Okay, and then moving on, we have this rock purslane, and this was looking amazing, but now it is I'm sorry, I wasn't paying attention to my camera. And now it is getting these like really oversaturated leaves, and I think it's just because it was really, really rained on, and it's still really, really wet. So that's got to dry out quite a bit, so I don't have to water that for a long time. The blooms are almost done, but this one here was blooming beautifully for me yesterday, and there's still a few more to go. So yeah, and then look at all the blooms that this one had up there. So pretty. And I think these are the seeds, but I've just been putting them back in the pot for the most part. I think I tried to save a few, but let's see. Let's find out, because I haven't actually tried to collect any of the seeds yet. I just kind of set a few aside, and then I don't know. Is that a seed? Is that not a seed? If you guys know, let me know. Let's learn this together. But I'm just going to pop that back in there for now, because too many seeds. I got to order some seed packets so I can start putting my saved seeds into some packets, because I just can't make seed packets fast enough, so I need to just order some. Anyways, we've got some peperomia in here. This one is Picolia according to the tag when I bought it. And then this one is Frost that I just got gifted from our mystery box exchange, which is a great little fun thing to do once a month through one of the local plant groups. This I don't actually know. I think it might have been the plant that was popping up through a pine cone, but I don't think this is a pine tree or anything. So if you know, let me know. I don't think it's a fern, because there's like no ferns down here. I tried to harvest, I think, asparagus fern, but that did not last over here. Anyways, we've got mallow, little baby mallow. That's not growing very big because it's in a tiny, tiny pot. And then we've got a little cutting of the orchid cactus here that does not look to be doing super great. I think I need to add some soil or something to this, and maybe repot that. I thought it was doing okay, but looking at it now, I'm like, that needs a little love. This kiwi anemonium, on the other hand, is looking amazing. Probably one of my healthiest kiwi anemoniums, because my ones down there in those pots over there somewhere. Let's see, where are they? Over there. They could use a little love. Mostly an upsize. My kiwi anemoniums haven't been given a big pot, because usually I need my big pots for my other things. Also, I'm testing out that rug that I found down there. Oh, that does look so pretty. Oh, but see, it's really long, so I have to either extend it out more or turn it the other way again, and then it's like super duper long. So I don't know, because then it doesn't frame in. I think I have to keep it that way because it just size-wise won't fit. But that I don't think is an outdoor rug, so my guy doesn't actually want me to use it because he knows it's going to get ruined. Like, even that rug over there has gotten quite a bit rained on. It still has a little bit of life left, but they just don't last very long outside. And so they really need to be outside rugs, but I don't have any other pavers or anything, and I was just really tired of it looking not good. So I was hoping to use it in the meantime. I bet I could even make a walkway here, or I was even thinking of switching out this wood thing and have it like our entrance. But it does look really good like that. Anyways, we'll see what to do with that. We've got some other little seedlings here. I'm not sure what those are. I think they might be, well, this is a rose cutting, so we'll see if that actually sticks. These I don't think are actually the sunflowers. I think we've got some maybe wood sorrel in there, and then maybe some dandelion, looks like. This is chia seed, I think, that I put in there. This here is my snake plant. When they start to mature, they get the yellow border trim along the edges, but I know there's a few different types of the snakes. And no, I can't pronunciate the actual science name. But this one here, you'll see, has way more defined borders. But this one's, I think, an older plant. So I think my mom had that for several years before I had that one, and I've had that one for a few years now too. So I'm not exactly sure how old they are. Oh no, actually, I think we got this when my grandmother died, because my grandmother had one as well. So I think this was like maybe one of her burial plants or something like this. And then this is my mom's burial plants. One that was at the burial, and then one that I got gifted that came a little late. But these are my peace lilies. And peace lilies apparently are kind of fussy. As you can see, like, I get a lot of this, like, they go between like the browning and like just not really healthy leaves to them looking like super great and having really fresh, beautiful looking leaves. And then it's rebloomed on me a few times. This one looks like it's breaking, but it's rebloomed on me a few times. That flower, I think it looks very similar to Monstera flowers, which are apparently fairly rare, because a lot of people don't even know that their Monsteras can flower. And when they do, I know that you can prepare them in a way to make them edible. Babies, don't you do that. You be nice in your share balcony. Hi, my love. And don't you eat the plants. Don't you do it. No tummy aches for you. This one is something that I have the name for. I have it inside as well, and it's sort of outgrowing this pot, so I gotta figure out something new, I think, to put in this pot. They have these back in stock at Ross, by the way. And is the price tag still on there? No. It's kind of worn off. I think they're around $9. They're not actually pots, they're bowls. So you can cook and eat with them. Baby, don't eat that. Don't eat that. I love you, don't do that. This is Oxalius. I don't know how to pronounce it correctly. And that's another one that's a little bit fussy for me, because it looks like it goes, no, don't, I'm not, that's not fruits. It looks like it, you know, it goes like sad for a bit and then it bounces back up. And it has like corms, and it grows like through that. So there's probably corms down there that will like pop back up and regrow. So even if it looks sad, don't give up on that baby, because they often will still grow. This, I think, is not the not the Gaillardia that I was hoping it was, because Cantalua, Gaillardia, and this look very similar to me, but I don't think it is that. I know there's something that's called like lion's tail, and something that's called lamb's ear. Lamb's ear, I think, has a way different color, and I think I saw that on the trail possibly. And then this one, I think, might be the lion's tail or the horseweed. Those are two different things, right? But I'm still trying to like identify some of the stuff that pops up in the back on its own, because I don't think that's the same thing as what I've planted or grown. Anywho's, let's see, then next to that we have our Spidey plant. We have longevity spinach. And then we have my lima beans, pinto beans. I had lima beans downstairs as a surprise when I tried to compost a bag, and then they grew where I had compost, and then the compost neighbors didn't like. It wasn't balanced very well, so I think it got poisoned, or they maybe just scared me that they poisoned it. I don't know. There was like an empty bleach bottle, so I'm a little scared of that. That was a few years ago, so hopefully the land's cleared up by now. Anyways, so then we have also under there, I think, is this wood sorrel, although the stems look different on this one. And that happens when it's really young. I've seen this pop up where I'm like, are you the wood sorrel or not? Because the stems don't look the same. But anyways, but the leaves, isn't like they're not clover. They're on the wood sorrel anyways. They have like this heart-shaped leaves. So even if you don't want to enjoy the edibility that they can have, and do your research, make sure it's the right plant, make sure it's how to prepare it and all that. But the stems on those ones, like I said, I don't think this is it, but it might just be too young. But anyways, the hearts are really pretty to make like some cards or something out of. You can do a lot of like arts and crafts or pressed flower kind of botanical art with these. I just think they're really pretty for that. And there's tons of it down there. I just had to pull a bunch for laying out the rug and seeing how that goes, but we'll see if I do anything with it. Hello, my love. Looks like you're claiming the spot and not letting Melly out. This is Swanika. Melody was the sister that was giving her a little bit of a hard time. There's my other hydrangea, which will hopefully... Don't you eat that! That is not for you. No foods back here. No cat grass, no foods for you. Sorry, thank you, love you, bye. Stay here, hang out, but don't do that. So anyways, this soil is super mushy, so hydrangeas do like to get watered, hence hydrangea. But you can see it's still got, ow, the other stem in there is poking me. But the soil is very slushy, and this does not have drainage, so you just gotta be careful with pots like that. Like, I'm a big fan of having drainage pots, and then you can use like a saucer, you can use mulch, you can use other things to kind of help it retain some of the water, or like not have it all evaporate out really fast, just so that you're like water wise. But if they don't have drainage, then they can get soggy like that, and then they can get root rot, and then they don't survive. So that's not good. So hopefully that will dry out and be okay, but I might have to repot that and add some drier soil and just like refix the soil mix so that it doesn't get that root rot. But I probably won't get to that because I have a ton of other plants to take care of, some to sell, some to gift, and new ones to make. So anyways, we'll see how that goes. And then that one's not, that's just a dried flower that did not make a cutting. Oops. And we'll go ahead and, wow, that got really dirty out here. Baby. Wow. That is not like, it has such a pretty color when it's fresh, but that is very much past its life. We'll pop it in there for now. And then, we have this cut in, we can use that. Where you came from, but we'll save you somewhere. And then this one, another auxilia. Now I've seen, I'm not saying that right, I don't think. I've seen also downstairs with my other orchid cactus, I've seen purple flowers. I don't know where the purple ones came from because I was first gifted this white one, and that's what I've been growing, and I didn't even really have it downstairs for very long. I think only when I was like repotting it or something. Yeah, so those will look sometimes really full, sometimes really lush and pretty, and then sometimes they look a little sappy and sad. These actually look fairly healthy, just not very lush at the moment, so, but they're blooming, so that's pretty. Some very much rooted pothos that I probably should gift or resell, but we'll see. If you know the variety, let me know. There's a vegetated, how do you say that word? Vegetated? No. I cannot say the words of these plant names very well at the moment. Anywho's, okay, so we have that. And before I go up to these balcony ones, let's go over here to the one I skipped over, which is this parsley. Now, my parsley's been eaten a couple times by some parsley-loving creature, and then it bounced back for me, so that is great. So it is nice and lush right now. I should harvest a bunch of that and make something with that. This is not Malabar spinach, so
You see these little flowers here though? They're so pretty. They have these cute little delicate purpley flowers. The leaves are very rubbery, very shiny, and very smooth. So there's no like hairy pokiness to it or anything like that. It is not Malabar spinach though. This is, it was misidentified the first time. And then as I was doing more research, I was like, no, I don't think that's, I think this is baby sunrose. So I'm pretty sure this is baby sunrose and definitely not Malabar. So there's that. And then over here, I don't think those are the spinachy things I wanted to grow. I think that's something else popping up, but I have a little bit of rosemary, and then I have my basil. My basil's actually hanging on, which is amazing because it's not really the season for it. But she's hanging on. She's not super great. She's there. She's pretty. Actually, this one's a nice big leaf. That's good. Oh, she smells so good. I can smell I just got a whiff of her. Oh, she smells so good. I love basil smell. It's like, yummy garden. And then I was trying to get oregano or sage or some other thyme or something else in these other spots. But so far those ones I haven't quite gotten. I need to add a little fresh soil and just stick some fresh cuttings in there and then keep it wet, but we'll see. And then, okay, moving along over here, we got some more rock purslane. This one has been done blooming for a while, but it's looking good otherwise for the most part. A few leaves there I gotta take off. So I can't not prune while I do things. Like I see them and I'm like, I gotta show you some love. There you go, baby. My geranium, she gave me so many blooms for a long time. Hi, love. Kitty popped back out for a second. And then I think there's also a little pothos popping in there. This pothos I think is way too long for that one, so I gotta repot this baby. Make something new with this and put this pothos somewhere else because that is not working. Green ammonium, that baby's for sale, but she's so cute in this cute little pot. But a little cracked, but that's the way it came. And she will definitely outgrow this pot. Like she could go into a pot probably at least twice as big and be planted up to about there-ish. And that would be good for her. But as of right now, she's got to be cute and dainty. This I got to plant something new in. Rosemary. These are both transcantias. This one is Zabrina, or AKA Wandering Jew. And that's probably the best that it looks. When it's looking really healthy, it'll look kind of like that. And then when it was really, really wet, it was getting way more of that color or also more sun. So like I think it gets too much sun here, and I don't think it's a really great spot for this one. So that's why it's looking kind of stringy, and I really should trim it back. I haven't done that yet, but I got to grab my pruners and trim like pretty much all of this off and maybe stick a couple more pieces in there and let it like refill up the pot, and it will grow back, no problem. But right now it just needs a little love. It's not looking super great. This one is the Transcantia padilla, something like that. I'm not very good at pronunciating the plant names sometimes, but AKA Purple Heart, hence the hearts on the pot. This one has also been for sale, but I think I only have it listed for like $20 right now, which doesn't even really cover the time that it took to paint the pot, but it's been painted for a while, so you can see it's starting to chip off anyways. Had it out here for a bit, so it's time for a refresh on the pot anyways. But the plant itself is also just looking really lush and nice. Has some spidey friends apparently, so just be careful of those. But I try not to mind them if they don't mind me, so we be friends, or you know, acquaintances, and I don't like hurting creatures. Okay, moving on, we've got Monstera Thigh. This is a new one. So this is the group that I did that mystery plant shop exchange thing. It's SoCal free plants and seeds, and they try to team you up with somebody fairly close to your area. So I can't wait for these to grow because these are new plants for me. This one, do I have the name? Oh, here we go. Yeah, that one's not looking super great. So the only thing is I would just suggest that when you do gift your cuttings, try to make sure that they have either really good roots or they're a little bit bigger of a cutting. When they're really tiny and small like this, sometimes they're hard to get established, especially when they're changing environments. I'm still super grateful, and I'm going to try to do my best to make sure this guy will like come back. But yeah, I'm just a little sad when I
don't get them to thrive because I want to appreciate the gifts that were given to me and give them a good loving home. And when I can't do that, it makes me really sad. So this one, I think she gave me the name, but I have to put it on the spoon. I ran out of, well, I don't really have very, I got gifted a few of these, I think the previous time. And I saw them at the dollar store. They're about $1.25 for, I think it was like a 10 pack, I want to say, but I probably should just order them on Amazon and get like 100 plus, because you can see all the plants down there that I need to do. Yeah, the rug looks so good. Oh, okay. I better not get too distracted with that. Okay, so anyways, got to write the name down on that one. This is another longevity spinach. And then this geranium, I think must have come from somewhere else, because look at the color on here. It's almost a little more purpley than my pink one. And I have red as well, but yeah, I think that's a different color. So I think this might have come from somewhere else. It doesn't look like it's getting established super well, but hopefully it will. And I would really like for it to thrive and make it and grow and make babies. And so I have more color varieties. That would be great. I think this is my sage. I think it's a Russian blue or a purple sage-ish. It has the purple flowers when it blooms. It's from down there. Parent plant is right in there. I took a couple fresh pieces last night, and then I have some more in a bottle down here somewhere, I think, too. Anyways, these here are my fig tree seedlings, and I'm super excited for these babies. There's a bunch more down there as well. And, well, I don't see the other, I think I put it on the ground somewhere. Anyways, they're down there somewhere. So I think I have about 25 to 30. I think I have about 30 of them. So I'm probably going to give about at least 3 as gifts, and then maybe sell a few of them, because I definitely can't keep that many unless I end up with a ton of land. But you can make these into bonsais. I've seen some videos of making Moreton Bay fig trees into bonsais, but Moreton Bays can grow massively. I have some video. It was really dark when we saw it in Santa Barbara, but there's one in Santa Barbara. There's also one down the street off of National that we passed by. There's a few other really big ones, and then they're scattered about the city as well in LA. Some of the parks, Rancho Park has a really nice one that I got a bunch of figs from last month, and we'll see. Also last night too, I grabbed a couple of them. And so anyways, I think these are Moreton Bay figs. I'm pretty sure, but they could possibly be Laurel something. Not Laurel Canyon, Laurel Bay, not Laurel Bay. Something like that. But I'm pretty sure that they're Moreton Bay figs. And they're from May, these guys. So yeah, from a different park. Anyways, cutting a snake plant here. My marigold is hanging on, yay. My snapdragons, some of them are surviving, so that's really exciting. They're growing finally, yay. They start out so tiny and then they got so wet, so I'm sure I lost a few. That heart one is not a snapdragon. That's, I think, they're wood sorrel or our other thing, clover or something. Not clover, but I don't know what it is. Anyways, so that's what I know. That's what I'm figuring out. That's what I'm learning. That's what I've got planted. Gotta try again on this guy. Gotta try again on my sunflowers. I've got to check on my pepper seedlings down there. Oh man, those little babies. Hopefully they're okay. Yeah, and then some other randoms. Cool. But yeah, there's a lot going on down here. Oh, and I skipped over the nasturtium, and then I think this is candelabra aloe. It is not aloe vera, I know that. I'm pretty sure it's candelabra, because you'll see how it kind of grows like that, as opposed to the aloe vera. The shoots are, instead of being like that, they're more up as far as each piece, leaf piece. I don't know if they're called leaves on aloe veras. Anyways, but this is very wet, so hopefully it's not getting root rot right now, because it was looking super healthy, and you can see it's even grown up a little bit taller since I last checked on it. Probably should move that one to my room, because that pot goes in my room, as does this. I started moving a couple of them to my room, so there's a few out here that are back into my room and not out here. But yeah, it's quite crowded out here at the moment. I did want to get a plant stand for right here, and that way I can make that our spot and then make this a little bit more inviting for my guy. But anyways, I like it, and I'm trying to make it more colorful with these little painted tin cans. And the plastic pots, I definitely recommend plastic up here as opposed to like those ceramic ones, because when they fall, they'll break if they're terracotta or ceramic or anything like that. But these plastic ones and tin cans and stuff, they're recoverable, so sometimes they'll crack or break, but anyways, for the most part, they got a little bit more. All right, wow, that was a really long video just to do a recap. But hi and bye. Hi and bye.